back. We were facing a little bit problem. We are being wherever you are. We are back. We have a little bit problem. Our guests will be joining us again as we continue this discussion. We say welcome back, welcome back. So you can please like, send in your necessary comment that we will also be taking. We say welcome back wherever you are. Okay. So we want to take our guest. Okay, okay. So welcome back, my brother. Welcome.
No problem, brother.
Okay. So we have we have a little problem. We have a little problem. That's why we have to leave the line and then come back. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see whether we can bring our brother back as we go through. He was saying something. We have like 15 or 20 minutes later to discuss on national issues. Yeah. So like I was saying, right? I think you got a question I was asking on high expectation. You also have people come to India with that high expectation that everything is going to be okay, my brother. We have to change those narrative, right? Yeah. When you come, you should try to understand that there is nothing behind it. India is not like other countries, some of the European countries, where we agree that some countries in Asia, if you go there for studies, you have a little part-time job. But it is not like India. Looking at the population in India, they have one of they have a huge number of population within the world, right? So they are not going to take job where their citizens don't even have it. It is very impossible to say. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
are you getting
Sure,
me?
brother, I'm getting you.
Yeah. So it's very impossible that, and that's a time to time. So like our brother was saying, we will leave it there, and now we will join to little bit. We want to join a little bit into some national issues. So my brother, if I may ask you, where do you see Liberia going now when it comes to our nation as well?
Actually, Liberia is our country, so we don't want to use the other words wrong. So we just, I don't know, but seriously, I don't know where Liberia is heading to. Yeah, because basically, like, since we were bring forth, nothing have changed, but I think things are just getting worse over and over. We try to put another person, things are just getting worse. And right now, at this stage currently that we are looking at, I think Liberia is going to something that even Google cannot describe. Yeah, seriously, brother.
So now we want to dive a little bit into something, right? Uh,
Okay.
we are not here to take a side, but looking at what is unfolding right now in the country, looking at the situation right now in our country, the whole economic system has been damaged. The whole laws within our country is no more implemented. If I may say, we are violating the law. How do it sound to the next generation that is about to take over our country? My brother, the question goes to you.
Uh, it just sounds to us that we need to position ourselves because it won't be easy at all. It won't be easy at all because our leaders who we are looking up to learn from them. So when they are no longer we are no longer around, we should set example on what they did. We should do what they did. But now where they are heading to is a complete discussion. It's a complete discussion, and we that's coming up as the next future leaders, we just have to prepare ourselves because we have a lot of work to do. We actually have a lot of work to do because taking into consideration, you are violating the laws of the country, you are violating the laws of the House of Representatives. You are violating everything the Constitution have made it clear. You are violating it. You are also misinterpreting the law because you want to bring division, or you want to do what you have said or what you are planning to do. You want for your plans to work. So you are there violating the laws and the rules of the country. Listen, that's why I love what the speaker said. And it's a complete disgrace. We have been following a lot of shows and a lot of news about this. And I don't know, but I remember our former president or Excellency Mother Eddie Jones Sirleaf once said during the time of the PHP presentation, she once says, Liberia is a record setter, we always set records, and we have set another records again. She made that statement, and I kept that in my head, and we have set another record again. Where, brother, I guess you understand, I guess you follow some parliamentary proceeding. People from Kenya, people from Zimbabwe, or some of our West African or African countries around. When you listen to that, or sometimes if you watch the parliamentary house proceeding, you will see lawmaker here and there fought one another, cheer on one another, and then sometimes insult one another. But executive don't have the right to go there. But in our country today, we have seen executive, we have seen officer brutalizing representative. We are seeing that in our country. Right now, Liberia is the only country that we have two speakers in the house. One are being addressed as majority blood speaker, and you claim that you are speaker. I don't know where on earth you are not being addressed as the speaker of the house of representative. You are being addressed as majority blood speaker, and you say claim to be a speaker. We don't know where our country is heading to.
Thank you so much, my brother. See on my email, how you doing? Again, welcome back to the show again. We are at the second segment, and then we are discussing about national issue. So our first question has to do with where do you see our country, Mama Liberia, heading now with all those things that's happening within our country now? Where do you see our country heading right now?
Yeah, so what I think is Liberians or our lawmaker, what they need to do right now is to make sure focus on the education systems. I know there is a lot of things going on in Liberia. There are a lot of things happening in the government area. But yet there are other places within Liberia that there are other people who are on the ground, other leaders who are wanting to get the best of from Liberia, from the systems in Liberia, but with our lawmakers and for other people, they might have their own reason why things is going the way it is. I don't know why it is like that, but I think if they will continue like this, instead of improving the education system, instead of improving the life of the citizen, instead of improving the well-being, the rural areas, the school systems across in our country, then I see that Liberia is going nowhere because these people, these children who are coming up, the youth that are coming on need educations. So if they are not focusing on education, what's going to happen next is we see Liberia is going to be going backward because you may not have people who you expect to take over, who expect to lead, and they are into the kind of quarry. So sometimes what comes to my mind is I feel that there is war, there is war that might let it come back within such a kind of a thing among lawmakers because lawmakers should be bringing peace. But like I said again, I don't know for what reason and what other stuff they are carrying it to, but They have their own personal reason. But I think is if they will continue like this, I see our country going nowhere. And my advice to them is to focus on the people, focus on the education system, because that's the main reason why you find more people leaving Liberia, going to another country because the education system that is there. So I think they should see reason, lead the fighting, focus on the education system, focus on the citizen, focus on people getting job. I think if they are doing these things, I think Liberia is going to develop, because if you have more people who are going to have job, who are going to be working to get their own money, they are going to be able to build their own houses. They are going to develop the country by themselves. But with what going on, well, I don't know, but I think it's not well. It's not good. But I think there must be a reason. But whatever the reason is, I'm an Ocean lawmaker, whoever in Liberia, to focus on the people who elect them to do what the people want, so that we can have a better Liberia. Thank you.
You just spoke on something, brother Emmanuel. Looking at the UL system, right? The state university. You understand that since the month of, I think it was, is that August or September, right? When the students of I think it should be around June or July, something around there. Since they closed, and up to now, we have already at the end of the year, and seeing that students are not being returning to school. Students have been calling on the government, and there has been no improvement. Looking at our brothers and sisters back home, do you think it's a good sign for our people? Do you think our government is doing something good for themselves? Is not They are not harming themselves?
You see, like I said in my earlier statement, it is completely not a good idea for Liberia, for our people in Liberia, because this is the reason why you notice in Liberia, one person is going to be in UL and they're going to spend 5 6 years and state not yet graduate from university of Liberia, because these systems, there is not a system put into place for the country university, the state university. Is any other thing can sparkle and they close the school. So I mean, it tells me that our lawmaker are not focusing on the education system. They are not focusing on these youth getting the educations that is needed. I think they have to leave the too many noise they are making, the too many fight they are making, and let them put into place the system that is needed for the education system, because it's not easy. So you know that based on those kind of issues, there are more Liberians who leave Liberia and they don't want to go back to Liberia, because it's like going back. It's like going back into hell, because our leader there, I don't think they are in the interest of the Liberian or the youth there, because knowing that school closed for the long time without any kind of reason, it's just ongoing. Students are being seated. I think it's not a good idea. I think it's not taking the country to any type of good level. Sometimes I want these lawmakers to take a look at the ranking of university within the world, and let them look back and see the rank of our various university in Liberia. Ali, if they are taking a look at the rank of university in the world, and when they see where we found ourselves, I think it will give them, it will motivate them, it will bring some things to their mind to know that we are going nowhere in terms of education. Because when you look at the ranking, it's actually not a good rank we found ourselves in. The only reason is because our system of education is poor, and we elect these people because we want a system to improve in the education systems. And now every now and then, a different government getting the power, you find different thing going on. Yeah, there are people who have good mind for the country, but they can't do anything, and they are there, so everyone take the blame. So I feel the country is going nowhere. I feel the government is not doing well for the youth, for the citizen in the country there. Because if it continue like this, you'll find people doing bad things, people surfing an armed robber, because the country is not in the the system we wanted to be, we expecting it to be. So it's my advice again back to our lawmaker, to whoever there. Let's do our best and focus on what we are being elected for. Thank you.
So before we take your parking statement, brother Alfred, we want to get back to you, right? Yeah. So what do you think our young people, right, looking at the way the entire educational system is being run within the country, and looking at our parents, some of our parents does not have money to send their children to private university. That's the only university they're depending on, which is a state university, right? So, what do you think should be the steps of the young people when it comes to their learning process? Because there are more people may not have the opportunity you and myself have today, right, to study abroad, but they are back home there. So, what do you think the young people should be able to do in order to improve themselves that they will be in that position tomorrow for a better Liberia?
Uh, actually, is totally disheartening. It's kind of painful to see yourself as a young person coming up. You want to study, you want to school, you want to uh, have the education that you wish to have, and then your government has become clear to you that you will not have the education because you don't have the finance to have the education. Actually, it's so disgraceful to our country. Like you were saying, since I guess from June, school have closed, and yet school have not opened. The youth have protests. They have gone on the street. They have appealed to the government, but yet there is nothing happened done. So my advice to the youth, we just have to prepare ourselves and look for another way to see how best to, you know, like Liberia always, I don't know, but we understand that Liberia always determine our dream. Because if you even plan to be this, due to the country the way it goes, you have to plan to do another things. You have to find another option to do another things. Because now, right now, at this point, we understand our lawmakers, our president, our stakeholders, our senate, our whosoever, their focus is not on education system at all. Their focus is on power grief. Their focus is on how to better and enrich themselves. Because our state university have been closed for almost 6 months, students are not going to school, but our government is not doing anything about it. But they are only fighting on power grief. They are only fighting to see how best to enrich and better their life, not the life of the citizen. Things are not changing. Liberia is not going anywhere. The youth are not learning. So that's what includes the youth to go out on the street, brutalize people, steal from people, take people properties, harm people, do such bad things to people. That's why even encourage some people to even leave. What was everything the year about coming out of the country for studies? They don't even want to find out what is going on, and then they just jump into it because the person want to have the education they wish to have, but our government is not giving it to them. But my advice to the youth: just be patient. God times the best. Just be patient. Focus, focus on what you ever you are doing. If you are doing business or if you are able to go to any trade school or be able to learn from online, you learn from online. There are a lot of online courses. There are a lot of places online you can go and learn. If you had the opportunity to come abroad, when you find out that the opportunity is very well good and guarantee, you can take the bold step and come along. You have the finance. But if not, be patient in your comfort zone and see how best to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. We just wanted to get into that little bit and thank God we have gotten clear understanding from our guests. We wherever you are, we want you to please share us. You can follow us tonight. We discuss about study abroad and those challenges alongside national issues. We just wanted because we wanted to dive a little bit in the educational system of our country and where we are heading as a Liberians. And then you just heard from our guest tonight. So before we leave you guys tonight, we want to take a parking statement from our guest. So, Brother Alfred, let's begin with you tonight for your parking statement on this platform.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, to the public out there, I would like to leave this word with you. We, as a Liberian, we have to know what we are doing. Our focus should be on the future because for now, there is nothing we are seeing anymore. We are not seeing anything at all. So our focus should be on the future for now because there is no changes, nothing is happening, and nothing we don't even have the assurance that something going to happen. But we just hope and show that our able president take another step for us because we understand right now the economy's rate has get very high and difficult in our country. Things is not going as a plan to go for our people. But this last was, please let everyone just be patient because we don't want for Liberia to go back to war. Because due to some reason, that's why I can take people to war. So we don't want for Liberia to go back to where it was. We know the difficulties that we went through. We know all the pain that we went through. Let us just maintain the peace and hope for the future to be better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my good friend, brother Alfred Timo Jr. Thank you so much. So, brother Emmanuel, we want to take your final parking statement on this platform tonight, as we will be climaxing tonight. Can we hear from you, sir?
Yeah. Again, I would say thank you to our listener who have made it their time to follow this show tonight. My parting statement to you all is before sending your child to India, you have to do background check. Make sure you speak with our students who is currently in the university your child want to go to. Make sure you hear from them. Make sure you do a background investigation. Be careful. Be careful with your tuition fee, the money you're going to pay for your student fees, because if you are not careful, you're going to spend the money and your children or your child will not come to India. And when I say do a background check, because there are a lot of university in India that in the bush part, and India itself is having its own pressure because it's different from the country back home, like we mentioned, lewdness. So imagine if you not do a background check and they send your child in the interior part of India, there is a university there. They will be like they will want to kill themselves. So also do a background check of the university that your students, your child being admitted to. Know whether it is in the city area, know whether it's in a safe zone, and advise your children or whoever that have their children here in India to always be themselves, because life here is different and life back home is different. So do your best, do your best checking, do your background investigation before doing any other thing. And don't always forget that you have to be prepared to send your child to a school in another country, because the money is coming from you. There should be no other hope. So once again, I say thank you for listening, and always do a proper research, and always be there for your child or children you're going to send in India, in other area. Because if you don't do so, after 4 years, the child will return and they can't prove what they are here for, because there are a lot of transcripts they pass through that you as a parent couldn't solve. So once again, I say thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother Emmanuel. Thank you so much. It was a nice time having you. Also, brother Alfred, we say thank you so much on next time having you guys. We hope to have you guys again in the month of January by God's grace, as you guys will also be educating our people again on other topic or maybe the same topic. So follow us. That's how we come to the end of this show tonight, and we say thank you for following us, and we see you again next week Friday. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you so much, our guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.